Well, greetings, everyone. It's the Monty Man with this week's Monty Man's Meditorial, which I've entitled The Music of Our Words. Well, today is Wednesday, and on this very special Wednesday, many in the state of Oregon are referring to it as Liberation Day, where the restrictions caused by COVID-19 or the perceived problems of COVID-19 have been completely lifted here in the state of Oregon. Masks come down, social distancing is no more, and people can now make their own decisions on what they want to do. But listen, prior to that, and probably continuing on, as we as human beings are, there has been a lot of character assassination and just slicing and dicing of each other with our words, right? All you have to do is spend 3 or more minutes on social media and you know what I'm talking about. Well, I've entitled this The Music of Our Words, taken from a post that I read today on social media, a very positive post by one of our broadcasters here at Take 12 Recovery Radio, Dr. Rob Kelly. And this is what he posts. He says, when we speak or write, we use the vehicles of words to carry meaning as well as energy from ourselves to another person or group of people. We may be speaking to our baby, our boss, or to an audience of 500 people. We may be writing a love letter, a work-related memo, or an entry in our diary. Whatever the case, each word we speak or write has a life of its own, a vibratory signature that creates waves in the same way that a note of music creates waves. And like musical notes, our words live in communities of other words and change in relation to the words that surround them. When we are conscious of the energy behind our words, we become capable of making beautiful music in the world. If we are unconscious of the power of our words, we run the risk of creating a noisy disturbance. Some of us know this instinctively, while others come to this understanding slowly. Most of us, though, speak without thinking, at least some of the time, blurting out our feelings and thoughts without much regard for the words we choose to express them. When we remind ourselves that our words have an impact on the world at the level of energy, we may find within ourselves the desire to be more aware of our use of language. A fun way to increase our sensitivity to the power of words is to simply make a list of our favorite words and notice the energy they contain. We can write them down and post them where we can see them, or we can speak them aloud, feeling them reverberate in our bodies and in the air around us. This is like learning to consciously play an instrument that we have been playing unconsciously for most of our lives, and the effect can be startling and delightful. As we grow more comfortable and confident playing the instrument of language, we will begin to compose beautiful messages, creating positive energy every time we write or speak. Well, thank you, Dr. Rob. That is extremely insightful. Listen, the Good Book talks about how the direction of a mighty ship it is determined by a very small rudder. And in the same way, the direction of our lives is determined by a very small body part, our tongue, from which we speak both blessing and cursing. One of the things that we can absolutely agree on in the last year, or to actually several years, through the election proceedings, through COVID-19 and on, is that there has been much negativity coming forth from our mouths and from the things we write, from social media to letters to each other. Has it been helpful? I don't know. I think maybe not. So here's a thought. Before we speak, we should ask ourselves, based on our past experience, our current circumstances, and our future hopes and dreams, what's the wise thing to say? It's something to think about. Well, until next time, this is the Monty Man, and I am wishing God's perfect serenity for you. Bye-bye.
This has been a broadcast of Take 12 Recovery Radio and KHLT Recovery Broadcasting.